Your son has been giving other kids money to be his friend, the teacher said. We give him $5 a week for lunch. He's been handing out hundreds. I blinked at Mrs. Patterson, certain I'd misheard her. I'm sorry, hundreds of what exactly? Dollars. Your son Wyatt has been handing out $100 bills to classmates, sometimes 2 or 3 at a time. The other parents are extremely concerned. I looked at my husband Derek sitting next to me. His face was completely blank with confusion. That's impossible, I said firmly. We give Wyatt $5 a week for the snack card. That's it. He doesn't have access to any other money. Mrs. Patterson pulled out her phone and showed me photos. My 8-year-old son surrounded by kids, holding what were clearly $100 bills. Another photo showed him handing cash to a boy I didn't recognize. A third showed a thick stack of bills sitting on his desk. These were taken by concerned parents over the past month, she explained. Where is your son getting this kind of money? I had absolutely no answer. We drove home in complete silence. Derek went straight to Wyatt's room while I stood frozen in the doorway. Buddy, we need to talk about something important. Wyatt was playing with his iPad, completely calm. Is it about the money? Yes. Where did you get $100 bills? Wyatt shrugged like this was the most normal question in the world. Grandpa gives them to me every time. My blood went cold instantly. Derek's father had died 4 years ago. My father lived in another state and hadn't visited in 8 months. Which grandpa, buddy? I asked, my voice shaking. The one who picks me up from school sometimes. He takes me for ice cream and gives me money so I can finally have friends. He said I deserve to be popular. I grabbed the doorframe to keep myself from collapsing onto the floor. Someone had been picking up my son from school without our knowledge. When does grandpa pick you up? Derek's voice was barely controlled. On Tuesdays when you guys are late. The office lady knows him really well. Derek was already dialing the school. I sat next to Wyatt trying desperately to stay calm. What does grandpa look like? He's old, gray hair. He drives a blue car. He says he's your dad's dad and wants to spend time with me because he missed a lot of years. Derek's father was dead. This was a complete stranger. The school confirmed everything that night. A man had been showing up for 4 months claiming to be Wyatt's grandfather. He'd presented a fake ID and told the office we'd authorized him for early pickup on days we ran late. We had never authorized anyone. The police pulled security footage immediately. The man was calm and confident, signing Wyatt out like he'd done it dozens of times before. He drove a blue sedan with plates that traced back to a rental company. He'd paid cash using a completely fake name. Detective Reyes sat us down after reviewing everything. Your son described getting ice cream and cash. He also mentioned the man asking lots of specific questions. What kind of questions? I asked, dreading the answer. About your house, your schedules, whether you have an alarm system, where you keep important documents and valuables. I thought I was going to be sick. This wasn't just about my son. Someone was using my child to gather detailed information about our entire home. Why would someone do this? Derek asked desperately. Detective Reyes hesitated. Has anyone in your family had financial disputes recently? Lawsuits? Inheritance issues? Derek and I looked at each other with sudden realization. His sister Vanessa had contested their father's will last year. She'd lost the case and hadn't spoken to us since. She'd claimed Derek manipulated their dying father into leaving everything to him instead of splitting it evenly. 2 days later, police had their answer. The rental car traced to a company frequently used by a private investigation firm. That firm had been hired by Vanessa 4 months ago. The man posing as grandpa was a licensed PI who specialized in family recovery cases. Vanessa had told him we'd kidnapped her nephew and were holding him against his will. She'd paid him to establish contact with Wyatt and gather evidence of abuse or neglect to use in a custody filing. The hundreds were meant to make Wyatt trust him and keep their meetings completely secret. Vanessa was charged with conspiracy. The investigator lost his license permanently. Wyatt had to start therapy to understand that the nice grandpa who bought him ice cream was actually dangerous. He still asks sometimes why grandpa stopped coming around. We've since moved to a different neighborhood and changed schools entirely, but I still wonder how many times that man was alone with my child, asking questions, learning our routines, gathering ammunition for someone else's vendetta.